Hey y'all, welcome to You Ain't Imagining This. I'm Amma Robin, your storyteller and guide, and today I've got something special for you. A bonus story, a gift really, for Juneteenth, for you. A moment of light, safety, and memory in a world that can really feel heavy. And this month, we are celebrating and remembering Juneteenth as the real Independence Day, the day when all Americans received their independence and freedom from bondage. This episode is called The Porch Light is Always On. This is an immersive, You Ain't Imagining This story about finding your way home through memory, through spirit, and through the glow that reminds us that we belong. So come as you are, take what you need, and let this story settle your soul for a little while. And if it touches something in you, do me a favor, like, subscribe, and share this episode with someone you love, especially someone who needs to feel light right now. We all feel that need sometime. So let's begin. The porch light is always on. I don't know about you, but I grew up with 2 porch lights. No, I'm not some bougie 1%er. We had both a front door and a back door. So we had 2 porch lights, one at the front door, one at the back. Both soft yellow, both always on. Even in daylight. They weren't just about lighting the way. They meant something. They meant somebody was home. Somebody was waiting. The porch light wasn't just about sight, it was about safety. Sometimes I recognized the porch light's glow before I even saw the house, especially at night. Driving back from somewhere, riding my bike too far out, or walking home from a friend's house, it was the porch light that told me, you made it. You're home. And listen, this wasn't just my house. This was a lot of Black folks' homes, whether in a small apartment, a shared house, or a sprawling estate. We knew what that light meant. It was a signal, a code, a quiet promise. You can come in. You belong here. I sometimes remember that the bugs, often huge bugs, fluttered around the porch light. Yeah, but so did the feeling, that soft pull of safety, the familiar smells from inside, the hum of voices, sometimes gospel music, sometimes jazz music, sometimes someone yelling at the TV. Whatever it was, it meant life was happening. I wasn't alone. And that light is not new. That light can be remembered as the lantern or the candle in the window. And that goes a long way back. During slavery, when people were escaping north to freedom, they followed stars. They followed the land. But also, they followed lights. The lanterns, the candles glowing in the darkness. The lantern sitting on a stick outside. The soft light from candles that said, "You're safe here." These were signs of a safe house on the Underground Railroad. It was a place to rest, to sleep, to eat, to restore, and to feel safe, even if only for a night. The Underground Railroad wasn't all trains and tunnels. It was regular folks, heroes really, who left the lights on. Harriet Tubman knew those signals. A lantern on the porch, a certain quilt pattern, A whispered word passed from hand to hand. A drum rhythm, a soulful song. Our people knew how to signal safety. The North Star led them to freedom, and the porch light confirmed it. And even now, we're still looking for the light. We look for it in each other, in neighbors where someone waves instead of watching you with suspicion, in barber shops, in church pews, in bookstores, in Auntie's kitchen, in holding Daddy's hand. We look for the glow that says, "You're home." At our house, home also smelled like food. On weekends, I remember the smell, the subtle scent of grits. And not that instant kind. I'm talking the slow-cooked, creamy grits, butter melting in the middle, maybe cheese if someone, like me, felt fancy. Weekend mornings, we gathered. No one announced it. The smell and the warmth of grits just called you in. That was safety too. Food means that someone thought about you, made room for you. Grits meant rest. Grits meant joy. Grits meant you're staying a while. And in my living room, we had that big wooden map of Africa. You couldn't miss it. It was huge, and it was there for a reason. No, it was not a decoration. It was a declaration. It said, we know where we come from. It said, we are not confused. And it said, no matter what the school books leave out, we remember. So yeah, our home had symbols. Not the kind that gets put in history books maybe, but they were powerful nevertheless. The porch light, the grits, the map of Africa, all of them whispered the same thing. You are safe here. You are known here. You are loved here. And that's what I want to think of and remember today. Even now, in this world that doesn't always see us or tries to erase us or claims we don't belong, there are still porch lights. Maybe it's your best friend's house. Maybe it's your favorite book. Maybe it's the playlist you put on when you need to breathe. Maybe it's the community you've built online, or maybe it's a memory. Those are real too. You're not imagining this. These are a sanctuary, and Black sanctuary is real. It can be a porch light, or a bowl of grits, or a childhood map you never forgot. And sometimes it's just someone saying, "You good, come on in." So keep looking for the light. Keep being the light. That's how we make it home, every time. Well, that is the end of our story today. Thank you so much for listening with me. And now, let's go beyond the story. Asante Sana for being here and for being ready to go beyond the story. People have asked me, they were asking me, what made you think about porch lights? And they're right. I have been thinking about porch lights lately, not just in the story, but in my own life. Now, I remember driving, 400 or so miles home from college. Straight highway through California's Dust Belt. Hot, long, and quiet. I'd start in the morning and get home just as the sun was dipping. And I always looked for that porch light. And my parents were serious about turning it on before dark. I didn't know it then, as a 19-year-old student who thought she knew everything. My parents turning on the porch light wasn't just a habit. It was a message. Someone is home. Someone's waiting for you. It meant I didn't have to knock. I didn't have to explain. I was welcome. Even though I loved college life, loved the freedom and independence, there was something about that glowing porch light that brought it all back to me. That reminded me that being cared for wasn't something you ever grow out of. It's something you return to. And the lights, yeah, they do carry meaning and messages across every culture, at every time. A fire meant food and warmth. The stars meant direction and guidance. The North Star meant freedom. And today, for me, it's the candle on the table. I light them every night. Sometimes I have them on all day, not for the scent, but for the energy and for the presence. The candle reminds me I'm not alone. Sometimes I wonder, are the ancestors nearby? Are my spirit guides watching me? Maybe. I see the candle flickering, and I feel that I got my answer, and I know the feeling. It's the same one I got as a child hearing that old motel commercial, "We'll leave the light on for you." As a child, it used to make me misty. Okay, I confess, it still does. Because what it's really saying is, you belong here. You're not too late. You're not too much. We've been waiting, and you are welcome. And in this world that does feel cold and chaotic and bent on making people like us feel othered or unsafe, that light means everything. So maybe today you light one for yourself or for someone else. A signal, a prayer, a welcome home, because this is a sanctuary for you. And you ain't imagining this. Asante Sana fam, thank you for sitting with this story and for going beyond the story with me. If it reminded you of something, an old memory, a person you miss, a place that made you feel safe, hold on to that. Let it guide you and let it warm you. And remember, we can be a light for each other. We can keep it glowing. We can make the welcome real. So if this story spoke to you, please don't keep it to yourself. Share it, subscribe, leave a comment. Tell someone they belong. Let them know there's a light on for them too. This has been You Ain't Imagining This. I'm Amma Robin. I'll be right here, leaving the light on for you. Ashe.